guys, it's me, Miranda.
This is Musical Talk, the UK's independent musical theatre podcast.
You know, it is the hottest day of the year here in London at the moment, and what a better way to start this episode of Musical Talk than welcoming my good friend and new co-presenter from a couple of weeks ago. This is Christopher Moore. Hi, Chris.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Very, very sticky and very warm.
Very nice.
No, very sweaty, I think.
Yes.
That's the right word to use.
Have we got a treat for you in this episode? Tell us what we have coming up this week, Chris.
Well, we have Miranda Sings, and this is a young lady who single-handedly inspired me to sing.
Did she?
No, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I watched her on YouTube, and I was utterly inspired by her voice training lesson. And if I could afford $75, I would definitely let her teach me, because she is just a pro. She knows what she's talking about.
Is that how much it costs?
Yeah, $75, I think it was.
That's like £40. It's not too much.
It's quite cheap, isn't it? But it's worth every cent, because she is absolutely brilliant.
I think all our listeners should get together and chip in to give Christopher a vocal lesson from Miranda.
Send Chris to Miranda.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Miranda is a singer on YouTube who is a very, very famous singer now. And I was lucky enough to have a pretty detailed interview with her about her life and career and her advice. So let's head over to that now, and Chris and I will see you on the other side.
Ooh.
Musical Talk, the UK independent musical theatre podcast.
So here I am with the very, very famous and internationally acclaimed singer, vocal coach, all-round diva. I'm joined here by Miranda Sings. Before we hear from her, I'm going to direct you toward her brilliant page on YouTube, which is www.youtube.com/MirandaSings08. Is that correct, Miranda?
Yes, it is.
You got in touch with me about coming on the podcast, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I came across your website, and I noticed that you had a lot of famous singers on it, and I also noticed that you hadn't asked me to do it yet, so I took it upon myself because I thought maybe you forgot, which you did, to contact me and ask me to be on it. So, yeah.
I've heard your videos, I've seen your videos and heard the stuff that you do in your videos. Why do you think you should be on my show?
Well, obviously, as you've seen and heard, I am a famous professional singer like the other guests that you have on your show. So I just thought that I fit in very well with those types of people because I am famous and I have sung on Broadway, and everyone should know who I am, which most people already do, but maybe people listen to your radio show that don't know about my YouTube videos yet. So, yeah.
But you've just done YouTube videos. I mean, what shows have you done on Broadway?
Well, I performed a few times in Broadway in a show called Jim Crusoe's Cast Party and this other thing called The After Party, and I was on the biggest show that I did was the Easter Bonnet show, and I got to perform with the cast of Mamma Mia, the Broadway cast of Mamma Mia. So, yeah, I've performed a lot of things on Broadway, probably more than some of the people you've interviewed, so...
Yeah, I doubt that somehow. Look at your videos. I mean, your vocal style is interesting. I'm just looking at your influences of artists. I mean, it ranges from Mozart to Britney Spears, there's Beyonce, obviously show tunes like Wicked and Aladdin, Mary Poppins, there's even James Blunt. What makes you want to sort of redo versions of these songs? What gives you the right, really? Because you have a lot of haters, don't you?
Yes, I do. I have a lot of haters. They're not even haters. They're just fans who are jealous. Because if they weren't really fans, if they really were haters, then why would they be watching my videos? They're just jealous. But I like doing all the songs that I've done on YouTube because I like to show that I'm versatile. Unlike Britney Spears or, Mozart and all those people, I can sing more than just one type of music, which is what makes me better than everybody else. I can sing pop and Broadway and classical and all those kinds of things. So that's why I do all of them.
Okay. Prove it.
Right now?
Yes.
Well, I can give you a little show right now, too, if you really want me to prove it. For example, in Wicked, it's a Broadway show, for those of you who don't know what Wicked is. And I can sing, a song like Popular, which is Broadway, so... Popular, you're going to be popular. I'll give you the proper pose when I talk doubles. Little ways to find heavens. So there's a Broadway tune.
Okay, stop. You're singing the wrong notes.
No, I'm not. I know I'm not because I have a piano in my head which tells me what the notes are. And anyone with a brain would know that, so.
Your piano's out of tune, dear.
Well, I don't agree with you. So that just goes to show who the real professional singers are in the room and who is not.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Next,
okay. Well, let's do some classical. You can find this one on my YouTube site, Caro Mio Ben.
Call you what?
Caro Mio Ben.
Oh, okay. It said Call Me Ben.
No, that's not a song, and that's not a classical song either. You didn't understand me because I was speaking another language. It's Italian. Anyways, here's Caro Mio Ben, just a little part. Caro Mio Ben, guardi me, senza di te languisce il cor. So there's classical.
Yeah.
What's some other types? You could do a rock song, like a pop rock song. Like there's a song called I Kissed a Girl, which do not kiss girls, but it's a good example of one because it's pretty popular. And goes, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Tastes like my cherry chopstick. So anyway, there's just some examples of different types of music, and I can sing any type of music, so.
But surely any singer can sing any type of music, because what makes the music is more the instrumentation. I can't really hear any difference in your vocal styles between classical or Broadway or rock.
Well, that just proves who is the real singer here and who's professional and who isn't. That's why you're just interviewing people, and I'm out performing professionally in the world. So.
Okay, well, you mentioned your shows in New York, but you've been urging your fans to buy T-shirts to send you where?
Well,
singing school?
I'm urging my fans to send me back to New York, and the biggest thing is I'm coming out to London because I have a lot of fans out there.
God help us.
So, yes, I have a lot of fans out there. So I'm going to come out there and perform a few times, so keep watching my videos and you'll find out where I'm performing. You can come see me sing live in London, and so it'll be really good when I come.
Do you have any new material that you're planning for London?
I have a couple of things, but it's all going to be a surprise. So mostly I'm doing musical theater because that's what everyone likes the best when I sing. So I'll probably be doing lots of musical theater stuff, and I am planning some new material, and I'm going to be performing with a couple of people from the actual West End shows out there in London. So.
Can you drop any names?
No, not yet, but you will find out shortly in my YouTube videos. So.
Okay, so we shall put a link to Miranda's page on the Musical Talk website. What are your major musical influences, Miranda?
My major musical influences are, well, number one, my mother used to sing to me a lot when I was little. But also, I listened to Josh Groban and Britney Spears and Spice Girls, stuff like that growing up. But my biggest musical influence of anybody ever is myself, because I think highly of myself, and I think that I am probably the best professional singer out there because, like I mentioned earlier, I sing all types of music as opposed to just one that those kinds of singers do. So my biggest influence is myself.
Other singers have recording contracts and multi-million-dollar concert deals, and they're not sat at home in their bedrooms singing to a webcam, sort of getting people giving bad comments on their videos.
But that's the thing, is that those performers don't have YouTube fame. They only have a little bit of fame in their concerts or their CDs. When I am famous on YouTube and on Broadway, on London, and some people Australia, and all over for all different kinds of things because they like all of my music instead of just big deal, Britney Spears can sing pop music. Well, I'd like to see her try to sing Mozart, and she probably couldn't. So that's why I'm better than those people.
Have you thought about one day representing England in the Eurovision Song Contest?
The what contest?
The Eurovision Song Contest.
I've actually never even heard of that, so no, I have not.
You should. It's where all these interesting singers get together and they sort of represent a country. ABBA very famously won the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh, yes, I do know of ABBA. I love Mamma Mia, so.
Yeah, but that's a musical. That's not really ABBA. this year, for example, Andrew Lloyd Webber did a song for Eurovision Song Contest, and we came 5th, which is very good. So I think you should maybe think about representing a country.
That sounds good. I actually probably will do that. I'm sure that I would probably win, and whatever country I would be supporting, which I'm assuming would be my own, would be the winners. So
No, you wouldn't be supporting your own because America isn't in Europe.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
And I think you will. You'll love this country very much because we have terrible taste in music. I think you should represent England. If you're as famous as you think you are and as good as you think you are, I think you'll do wonders for this country.
You know, I agree, and I think that I will do that. So maybe I will just win it for London, especially since you said that you guys have bad taste in music. Well, maybe it's time for a change, and you guys can have, for once, good taste in music, and I could be your person, and I'll win it.
Not really what I meant by that. But anyway, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
10 years' time, I'll probably be doing about the same thing I'm doing now, which is just being famous. I'll probably have a couple CDs out by then, and probably have already been Elphaba a few times in Wicked. And, you know, I'll probably just still be really famous, and that's what I'm planning on doing for the rest of my life. So.
Do you like Wicked?
I love Wicked. It's my favorite musical.
Have you seen Sondheim shows or Kander and Ebb or anything like that?
Sondheim, I've heard of the name, but I've never seen any of his shows. I probably think that I've heard a couple of them, and I think that I thought they were boring at the time. So, but Wicked is probably one of the best ones ever. So.
Why?
Because it's really fun, and it's about, you know, two witches, but there's not any dirty language in the musical, which some musicals have that, and I do not approve of dirty language. And also, you know, the lead girl, Elphaba, gets to paint herself green, which that I think would be really fun. And she sings a lot, which I love to sing. So.
What's your favorite song from Wicked?
Well, they're all my favorite songs, but I really like Defying Gravity probably the best.
Should we do a bit?
Of course. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game.
That's enough.
Oh, okay.
What other shows have you seen on Broadway?
I was there recently. I've only been to New York once, and I didn't see Wicked while I was there, but I saw Mamma Mia and Jersey Boys, and I saw West Side Story.
West Side Story, so you have
seen... And Billy Elliot as well.
West Side Story, we'll talk about West Side Story. So you have sort of seen a semi-Sondheim show. What do you think of West Side Story?
It was okay. I liked all the dancing a lot, but I didn't care for any of the vocalists on stage. I think that none of them were really at the caliber they should have been to be in a Broadway show. But that's how I felt about most of the things that I saw in New York.
Do you think you could play Maria?
Yes.
What would you bring to the role that the actress, you know, on Broadway and part of a world tour didn't bring?
Well, for one of the biggest songs in the show is called I Feel Pretty. And the girl I saw, I hope she doesn't get offended, but I think that in the looks department, I'm a little more of an attractive girl that guys would really want to be with. So when I would sing I Feel Pretty, I would actually not be lying when I sang it, like someone else when I saw it.
Do you want to sing I Feel Pretty now?
I could if you'd like me to.
What key do you want it in?
Well, I have piano in my head, so I can do whatever key I want.
Okay, well, name a key, because I'm going to play the piano for you, so...
You can pick the key, and then I'll just follow you.
If I play it, will you be able to tell me what key it is?
Probably not, but that's because I don't have a piano right in front of me.
You got a piano in your head, though?
Yes.
So, technically, you should be able to.
Any key that I want it to be will be the key that it is in my head.
Okay.
But I don't even use, though, most people when they pick a key, they say, you know, they want A or E or C or those kinds of things. I just say, I want this key. And I just sing a note like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Well, so pretty, I feel pretty and witty and gay. I'm pretty, any girl that was at me today.
You've done Bohemian Rhapsody very famously on YouTube.
Yes.
What do you think is special about that song?
Bohemian Rhapsody is probably one of the hardest songs there ever has been, because it's just like how I like to sing all different styles. That's how Bohemian Rhapsody is. There's a lot of different styles. There's a lot of emotion, and there's fast parts and slow parts and fun parts and dance sections and all different kinds of things like that. So that's why I thought it was appropriate for someone like me to sing, because I sing all types of music, just like that song.
And you've done a music video, haven't you?
I've done a lot of music videos, yes. They're very difficult. It's a very hard process. But my mom usually helps me. Sometimes she helps with choreography, but usually she just edits all the footage together.
How do you think they come out?
I think they come out beautiful. I mean, I sometimes am allowed to watch music videos on TV if they're appropriate. And when I watch them, sometimes I don't think that they're very good. And mine usually are all very professional, and I think they could be on TV just like any of the other ones. So I think they're good.
I was looking recently at your music video for All the Single Ladies, the Beyonce hit. It's hardly family friendly, dear.
I think it's very family friendly. I actually don't know what you're referring to, because I don't say any cuss words in the whole song. So
No, but you're dancing around in leotards, and it's all very dirty dancing, really.
No, I do not do dirty dancing, and I am not allowed to do dirty dancing, nor have I even watched dirty dancing on video, because I'm not allowed to see it. So I think that everything I do is very appropriate, and I'm dancing around in a leotard just like ballerinas do, but ballerinas are not dirty dancers. So actually, I disagree with you strongly in that area, because I know a lot of children who have seen my video and really enjoy it. So.
Thought about the lyrics as you sing them?
Yes, I mean, all the single ladies, put your hands up. I mean, it's just talking to all the single girls out there and just, dancing and celebrating together about being single.
Now, speaking of being single, one of your videos is a plea for a male friend in your life, isn't it?
Yes, one of my more recent videos, I'm letting the world know, and anyone who's listening, you can chime in a lot right now because you'll want to. I am looking for a boyfriend. I haven't had time for boyfriends very much lately because I've been very focused on my career. Well, now I'm looking around at all these famous people like me and seeing that they all have boyfriends or girlfriends. And it's time for me, I think, to get a famous boyfriend, because it'll probably help my ratings if I'm with someone famous. So it'll make me even more famous. So if you're famous and you're a boy, I don't date girls, I date boys. So if you're famous and you're a boy and you're looking for a girlfriend, I could date you. So
I don't think many boys listening to this podcast will be interested in you, dear. What are you looking for in a man?
I'm looking for someone who can be very supportive of me and basically let me do whatever I want with my music career and with my life. Not someone who will boss me around, because I do not want that. I already have my mom trying to do that. So I'm just looking for someone. He has to be attractive, obviously very handsome, and he has to be interested in the same things as me, but he can't be better than me, which he probably wouldn't be anyway, but I don't want to have to deal with him thinking he's better than me. So.
What are your interests other than yourself and singing?
Well, I love to dance, and I've been working a lot more recently on acting, which has been really hard. But other than that, I love doing crafts. I like making lanyards, and, sometimes I do paint stuff, but I love collecting flowers, and I also have some cats, so I like those things.
Do anything with friends?
I don't really have time for friends right now. I'm very busy with my career, but my fans are my friends. So actually, I have thousands and thousands, probably millions of friends, probably more than you. So,
what is your all-time favorite song that you've done personally?
My all-time favorite song that I have done in a video would probably be Defying Gravity, because it's from the best show that's ever been on Broadway, and it's probably going to win the Tonys this year. So Defying Gravity is probably my best favorite song.
It won some Tonys 5 years ago.
Yes, it did.
So it's not going to win any Tonys this year?
I think it will. I disagree. It's the best musical there is. So
it hasn't been nominated for any Tonys, so there's no way in hell that it's going to win any Tonys. Jeez.
Well, I disagree because I think that Wicked's the best musical and it'll probably win it again.
Wicked may be the best. It's not, but it may be the best musical. But it hasn't been nominated for any awards, so it's not going to win any.
I don't think that matters in this situation. So I disagree. And in fact, even I have not been nominated for a Tony, but I will probably win something for my participation in Broadway stuff when I was in New York. So just because you weren't nominated doesn't mean anything in situations like this.
Check your facts. Cut that bit. You're coming to London. You've never been before, is that correct?
That's correct. I've never been to London.
Where else have you been apart from New York?
Well, I'm from Tacoma, Washington, and I just recently went to New York, as you said, and I've also been to Los Angeles. I had a couple of shows in Los Angeles, but I've been to lots of different sections of Washington, and also I have some aunts and uncles in Kansas, and I've been there.
But you've never been outside the US?
No, I have not.
So,
the closest I've been is New York.
So what do you think London will be like?
I think London will be really fun because I have a lot of fans in London, and so I think everyone is going to be really nice to me. And also, it'll be fun kind of, I mean, you speak English, but not really because you have an accent. So it'll be fun learning how to speak with an accent.
Can you do an English accent?
I could if I tried, probably.
Okay.
You want me to do it right now?
That's the basis of this operation.
Okay, well, I will. So, hey guys, it's me, Miranda, and I'm just saying hello to all of you. Like that.
Now do it with an English accent?
That was my English accent.
Okay,
so.
you really need to come here. What do you want to do after London?
Well, I'm going to meet a lot of really fancy, famous people probably in London, but after London, I'm going to go back home to Tacoma. And then I'll probably, hopefully, go to Australia next because I have fans there. So wherever the fans are calling me is where I go. And I'm making a CD right now, so hopefully that'll be out for sale soon. And then probably I'll do a world tour if someone will pay me for it because it's expensive to travel and T-shirts are not doing it justice at the moment.
What's your agent doing for you at the moment?
I do not have an agent.
Again, the argument of your world fame and your sort of business logistical side is conflicting in my mind, but we'll move on. Why don't you have an agent?
Because I am my own agent. I don't need somebody to tell me what to do. I've talked to a few people who said they were managers or agents on YouTube, but they just turned out to be like these stupid teenager kids that were lying. So usually I think most managers and agents are liars. And second of all, I can do whatever they can do. All agents and managers do is get you jobs. Well, I don't need them because I can get myself my own jobs. Obviously, I'm famous and I didn't even use an agent, and so I'm better than the people who probably have them because I'm already famous without one.
It is interesting how the internet has opened up the floodgates to everyone really to become famous. I mean, a good example is this podcast, even though we're quality. Do you think it's true that anyone sort of with a webcam and a MacBook can sort of become famous? I mean, you're the best example of that, aren't you?
Yes, but I actually extremely disagree with that. I think that just if you have a camera and you can put stuff online doesn't mean you're going to get famous. I got famous because of my talent, and not everybody has it. In fact, almost nobody does.
That's true.
So it just so happens that I got a YouTube account just to show people that I could sing, and then I just got famous off that. But I know a lot of people will never be famous because they don't have the same talent as me.
What do you think defines fame?
Me.
What do you think really defines fame?
Well, I can go into it further, but fame is something that you get when you're really good and everybody knows who you are and wants to be you. And that's my life. So I am a good definition of the word.
Funny, I thought it was Cheers.
No.
Apart from Elphaba, what roles would you like to play on Broadway or the West End or the end of a pier?
Well, Maria in West Side Story liked to be talked about, and I would play Elphaba or Glinda in Wicked. So either one of those roles would be great. I'd love to play Lori in Oklahoma because that's really famous. And, Mamma Mia, I liked it, but I don't think I'd want to be in that show. But mostly just Elphaba and Wicked probably is my number one thing. Oh, and also, of course, Christine and Phantom of the Opera, because that's another one of the best shows that's ever been on Broadway and will ever be on Broadway.
But it's a West End show originally. You do know that, don't you?
Well, now I know because you just told me. So,
what do you think of Britain's influence into the world of musical theatre, which is originally a very American art form? Arguably, the Brits have, and still continue to have, the world's biggest and most successful musicals.
Well, I'm still learning about all that because I'm from America, where that is not the same as London, and obviously New York is the biggest place for musical theater. And in fact, I didn't even know that there were musicals in London. But I guess, if you say that there are some of the best shows ever in London, I guess I believe you, but I'll have to see it for myself.
What shows do you want to see when you're here?
Well, I actually don't even know what shows are over there right now. So if there's Wicked, I'll want to see that.
Wicked has been playing here very successfully for quite a while. It's very good. It's British. They none of it is in American accents, which is interesting.
So are there subtitles?
No. They're actually speaking in English accent.
Okay. Well, sometimes you are hard to understand, so that's why I asked.
So are you when you sing.
That's because you don't speak American. That's why.
What else? We have We'll Rock You, which you may like, which is a Queen jukebox musical.
Okay.
And
well, maybe I'll see that. Is it appropriate? If there are cuss words, I don't really want to be involved.
There's a couple of innuendos in there.
Well, I'll consider it.
But it's a family show. We also have Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's very camp. Do you like camp stuff?
Yes, I love summer camp.
No. What do you think of High School Musical?
I enjoy it a lot. I have seen the movies, and I think they're very good. So.
Why do you think they're very good?
Well, because they're young singers who are in school and just enjoying life, and they wear fun outfits, and I really like their clothes. And also, the lead boy is very cute, and if he wanted to be my boyfriend, I would probably say yes.
You like Zac Efron, do you?
I think he's attractive, and he's a singer, and I'm better than him, which is one of my qualifications, so.
You want to do nasty things with him?
No, I do not do nasty things.
That's no fun.
No, that is fun. It's the way it's supposed to be, and you are very rude for suggesting it.
Forgive me. Sorry about that. I wouldn't want my career to be ruined by being rude to you. One of your greatest videos is your vocal coaching video, where you, frankly, give all the wrong advice, in my opinion, and many others' opinions as well.
No, that's just the opinion of the haters and people who don't know what they're talking about. But thank you for saying it's one of the greatest videos. I agree with you.
You shouldn't raise your shoulders when you sing. Have you had vocal coaching professionally?
Let me ask you a question. Are you a singer?
I have had musical training for many, many years.
All right. Do you teach voice lessons?
No.
Are you a YouTube star?
No, but I'm a podcast star.
Well, how about we let the real professionals know what we're talking about? Because since you're not a YouTube celebrity like myself, you don't know what kind of thing people want to hear. Also, I am an American, so we probably have different kinds of style than you do. So while my vocal techniques work very well for me and everybody in America, and probably all over the world if you would try it, maybe the vocal stylings are different in another country. I don't know. I've never been there.
When you come here, will you give me a vocal lesson?
Yes, I would, if you'd like. They're very expensive, though.
Oh, I don't have any money anyway. You didn't talk about the stuff which Wicked is famous for, which is riffing and belting. Mm-hmm. Give us a lesson on how to do those.
Well, I do talk a little bit about belting in my video. It's your low voice. Your low voice is your belting.
I mean, your chest voice.
Yes, some people call it that, but it's actually called a low voice. There's a low voice and a high voice.
Okay.
So your low voice is what your belting voice is. Some people cannot do it. I can. Riffing is when you don't stay on the right note and when you sing all different notes around the right note.
So you riff all the time is what you're saying?
I can riff all the time, yes. I riff in a lot of my songs.
I've noticed.
Thank you. I'm professional, so.
But riffing, I thought, was improvising or ad-libbing on what the composer originally wrote, not sort of wavering around the notes.
Well, yes, you're right, it is, but those are the same thing. I mean, when you go all around the note, that's what a riff is. When you're not singing the right notes and you're singing lots of different notes, that's riffing. So Mary Had a Little Lamb, for example. If I wanted to sing it with some riffs, I would go, Mary had a little lamb. Like that. That was riffing on a song.
It's also very melismatic, that, isn't it?
Mathematic, is that what you said?
No, melismatic.
Melismatic. Oh, I don't even know what that means. I don't speak British, so.
Thought not. A Whole New World is a very beautiful song.
Thank you.
No, not by you. It's just a very beautiful song in general. Are you a big fan of the Disney stuff?
I am a very big fan of Disney stuff. Some of my favorite musicals are Disney musicals like Aladdin, and that's one of my favorite Broadway shows, too, that I didn't mention earlier, is Aladdin. So, Aladdin and...
You know Aladdin's never actually been on Broadway.
Yeah, actually, if I may correct you, it has been, because one time when I was at Disneyland visiting my grandma in California, I saw it on a huge Broadway stage at Disneyland.
But Broadway means it's in New York. California, last time I checked.
Well, no, as you pointed out to me earlier, there are Broadway shows in London, so Broadway shows are everywhere.
What I said was there are West End shows on Broadway.
Oh, well, I thought you said there are Broadway shows in London.
No. Surely if it was a Broadway show in California, it would have to be on Broadway first. That's just a production that Disney implanted into the park as an attraction.
Yes, but you're saying that in order for it to be a Broadway show, it has to be on Broadway first. Well, before it was on this theater in Disneyland, it was a huge movie, which I'm sure you know, which movies are bigger than Broadway, so it's basically the same caliber as a Broadway show. So it is a Broadway show in Disneyland.
It's a very good show in Disneyland. Have you auditioned for it? Because looking at you, I think you'd make a very good Jasmine, only by looking at you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I would agree with you. I actually have never heard of the auditions. I am one of those people where people will come to me for parts. So I am kind of waiting for somebody to come to me about that and about Elphaba. I've made some videos talking about how I want to be Elphaba, so I'm just waiting for someone to tell me that I can do it next. So when the next person leaves, I'll probably do it.
What do you think of the person who's currently doing it on Broadway? Who did you see playing the role?
I don't remember her name. She was in Idina Menzel, so I didn't really care much for her.
Do you like Idina?
I love Idina.
Idina.
Yes.
Why do you think she's such a phenomenon?
Because she's on the CD of Wicked, and so that makes her famous, like me. And we have very similar voice types as well.
Do you?
Yes.
Apart from one difference.
One time I sang with the CD, I sang the entire soundtrack in my living room and performed it and had costumes for my mom and my uncle, and they both said that I sounded just like her.
Did any friends go to that performance?
Yes, my mom and my uncle.
No, any friends your age?
No, they're not my age, but they are my friends.
Your family, not your friends.
My family is my friends.
Let's talk about your childhood. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 23, very young.
I thought you were younger than that. A musical family or a creative family? You said your mother was a singing teacher.
No, she was not a teacher. She just would sing around the house when she was doing cooking and taking a shower or playing with me or something like that. She would be singing. So I'd listen to her sing, which made me want to sing. So I grew up listening to my mom, and I grew up also doing musicals and plays in my backyard, my living room, and I would direct it, choreograph it, and do it all myself. So I already have experience in all those places, which is why I am at the same caliber as Broadway people, because I've had experience since I was 5 or 6 years old.
You're like a little Shirley Temple in a way, aren't you?
Yes, but better and more attractive.
Are you a better singer than your mother, do you think? Be careful what you say here.
Yes, I am.
You are? Wow, would like to hear her sing. What did she sing to you when you were trying to sleep?
When I would try to sleep, she would always sing to me, "Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a rocking bird." That song, I don't know if you heard of it. But she'd sing me that one and the Rockabye Baby song, On a Treetop. She'd sing me songs like that, or she'd write songs and she would just hum things. So they were all nice, but eventually when I got to a certain age, like 15 or 16, I said, "Mom, stop, because now that I'm used to hearing my own voice sing better than you, I don't like hearing your voice anymore. It hurts my ears." So now she doesn't do that anymore.
And you still get on with your mother?
Sometimes. We're usually pretty good friends, but sometimes she drives me nuts when she wants me to clean my room, or if she's taking too long to edit my videos and things like that. She's kind of annoying, but yeah, we get along.
Do you have any desire to write your own songs?
I do write my own songs, actually. So right now I'm in the process of writing a new song about getting a new famous boyfriend and what's that going to be like. And there's blanks in the music because I don't know his name yet. So when I meet, then I'll be able to fill in the blanks and record the song for him.
Can you give us a sort of exclusive about these of these songs that you've written?
Yes, I can do that for you. But you must understand, this is a very big deal. This song has never been heard by anybody before besides me and my mom. Well, and my cats, but they don't really count. So I'll just give you a little tiny bit because,
Do you want some echo?
Oh, no, I don't need echo.
I think you do.
Okay, well, I don't think I do. I like my voice without echo. So, well, here it is. Just a little bit. I love you so much because you are my boyfriend, but you'll never be as good at singing because you are not as good as me. That's just a little snippet of it, but yes, it's very hard. Probably not anyone will be able to sing it but me.
What's your definition of a scale?
A scale is something I talk about on my voice lesson video. It's something that you sing on when you're doing a warm-up. So a scale is notes on a piano, and you go up the notes and down the notes, and that is a scale.
So this is a scale.
Well, you didn't go back down, but yes.
No, this is a scale.
Well, that's a scale too, but that's only half of a scale because you didn't go back down.
Oh, excuse me.
There, that's a scale.
Sing that. Totally wrong, but never mind. I've grown used to it. I do want to ask you about your vocal lessons because they're very inspiring, but they're also quite dangerous in a way because I know you disagree with me, but you have to get this into your head that they are wrong, Miranda.
They're not. I mean, I don't know how many times I can emphasize this, that I'm a professional singer and teacher and performer and dancer and famous professionally. So I know more about this than you do. And when my singing technique becomes famous, I think I know a little bit more than you do about it.
So,
for example, what do you think is wrong about my video? And I'll tell you why you are incorrect.
The shoulders was a big thing for me. I mean, you never raised
shoulders. I never even talked about shoulders in the video. So there's number one why you're wrong.
No, but you raise your shoulders when you sing, which you should never do.
That's called being expressive and choreography.
Right. I do want to ask you about your eyebrows. Are they choreography as well? Or was that just a nervous twitch you have?
No, that's another thing that I was talking about earlier, being expressive. My mom actually taught me about using your facial expressions and being expressive on your face. That's when you move your eyebrows and your cheeks and your smile and all those kinds of things to make a song more interesting. You use your facial features to show different emotions, and so that's what I do.
You've had lots of tribute videos. What do you think of those?
Oh, people doing tributes to me, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, some of them I think are really sweet and they're just great fans, and some people are imposters and trying to pretend to be me. Listen up to everybody out there. The people who say they are Miranda Sings, but their YouTube name is not Miranda Sings 08, they are lying. And you can tell because they're not as good as singing at me, and they're not as pretty as me, and they do their makeup really bad. And so they are not me. So do not pay attention to them. So anyway, some videos are very nice, and hey guys, thanks for making me videos. But for the rest of them, I just don't even watch the whole thing because they're just haters and they're jealous and they wish they were me so bad that they have to make a video pretending to be me. So
you say how your haters are just fans that are jealous of you, but one of these comments that has come up to me on one of your YouTube videos, actually the vocal training one, is as follows, and please don't get offended when I read this or interrupt. Eyebrows are crazy gay, like you wiggle them around. Stop thinking you're so good, because singing is not your thing, and you make it seem like everyone loves you. I think the only semi-good comment you got on your videos was, she's not all bad, just every single video she does is off-key. So, and seriously, stop trying to act sexy, because that's what you're trying to do by moving your chin like that. And like, ew, you're a fag bag, gross. Go a monkey, because that's all you're ever going to get. Now that, to me, doesn't sound like something a fan would write.
No, that's not a fan, that's a hater. And clearly, as you can hear, see, you didn't read it in the right direction, in the right way. Because I hear, at first, I obviously think hater, back off, hater. But if you actually look at it, it's not a hater, it's a fan disguised as a hater. Because he did say something about how I'm trying to be sexy. Well, I don't even try to be sexy, it's just human nature. It's just how God made me.
That's
so
true,
he's actually giving me a compliment about how I'm sexy and trying to disguise it because he's probably embarrassed at the fact that he thinks I'm sexy and he's never going to get it. So
it's irony.
Yes.
Do you know what that means?
It means, like, it's a lie.
In a way, yes. Here's one. A dying cat can sing better.
Well, that person probably heard a really good-sounding dying cat, or they're a hater.
Here's your chance. This may be the biggest audience you'll ever get. It's certainly the longest sort of cry you've had to your fans and to your haters. What is your ultimate message for haters?
Well, the ultimate message for haters is short and sweet, which is just, haters, back off. I say that because it really works, and every time I say it, I get less and less hate comments. But mostly, I think my biggest message for haters is they're not fooling me. I'm not stupid, and I can see that they're just jealous and they just want to be like me, and I see through their lies. So they think they can stop me from being famous, but it's too late, I already am. So haters, back off.
Talk about more vocal training. How long do you think you should do vocal training exercises for?
Well, it depends on the person. For me, I usually warm up for about 2 hours or so, just because that's how
2
much
hours?
time. Yes.
That's far too long. You'll ruin your vocal cords and stretch them and make it all sound like Robert Plant.
I know that for me, it's 2 hours. There are other people that would take longer than me because they're not as professional as me. So some people take 2 hours, but it depends on the person. Some people are not good singers, and they should probably warm up for probably most of the day before they even try to sing something.
And where do you breathe from when you sing?
From my lungs. That's where the breath comes from. I don't know why you even asked that.
It's a diaphragm, surely.
Okay, that's your opinion, but it's actually been proven that air goes in and out of your lungs.
I'm not going to even continue this anymore. Good luck with your career, Miranda.
Thank you.
That's all I can wish you, sadly. Thank you very much for sort of squeezing your way onto my show.
Thank you for having me.
And where can your your fans get in touch with you if they want to send you a message about this interview?
They can write me on my YouTube page, which you mentioned earlier. They can also find my fan page on Facebook. So if you go on Facebook and type in Miranda Sings, you can chat with me there, and I like to respond to my fans. So
it's very good of you. At least you have one shining quality.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much, Miranda. And as I said, good luck. I think you'll need it.
Thank you. Good luck with you, too. Keep practicing.
Musical Talk.
So, there you go. Do you think I should keep practicing, Chris?
I definitely think you need a lot more practice.
I think you
Maybe I don't think I'm the one that needs Miranda lessons. I think you should go to see Miranda.
Well, Miranda is coming to see us, as we talked about in the interview, so maybe we'll hear more from her in the future. I think, she's obviously got lots of interesting advice to offer.
Well, she is clever, and I think she understood that at some points during the interview you were mocking her, so I'm sure she'll be out to get you.
I don't think she understood I was mocking her at all. She's not that clever.
I love the point about the Eurovision Song Contest. I think it'd be great if she came and represented England next year.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
She'd be much more interesting than Jade.
She looks like Lord Webber.
Oh yeah, that'd be brilliant together. They should do like a duet or something, like a good old like Kendra and Ebb duet of some sort. Maybe Class. So they could sing Class from Chicago.
I wonder who'd be able to sing better.
Oh, probably Andrew. No, I thought it was an absolutely great interview, and I'm sure listeners will respond absolutely brilliantly to it.
Please
what do you think?
It's feedback at musicaltalk.co.uk if you have any comments about that episode. Chris now has an email address, which is chris@musicaltalk.co.uk. That's very original, isn't it?
Yeah, and Nick now has a website that you can visit to listen to all the wonderful songs that he's composed.
Well, 6 of them.
What is it? Is it nickhudson.com? Is that right?
The very same, yes. So,
nickhudson.com, and I have a listen to all his songs, particularly Two Tall Blues, which is a great number.
well, that's been on the podcast before, dear.
Has it been on before?
It has.
Oh dear, I'm flogging a dead horse. What else is there? What's new?
Not much, but I'm sure we'll be working on some new material soon.
You should write a song for Miranda.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Maybe you could do a little duet with her as well.
Yeah, wonder who'd sing better in that one.
You wouldn't want to outshine her though.
I certainly would not. No, I actually would
never
not.
know what would happen.
Don't worry, I wouldn't outshine her. That's something we don't need to worry about.
Oh, come on, you're so modest.
Any news, Chris?
Not much. I'm just getting ready for Orlando in 7 or 8 days' time.
By the time this episode actually goes out, you will be in Orlando.
I'll be in Orlando. Oh, that's a nice thought. That's a really nice thought.
Time machine.
The first thing I'm going to do is go off and see Finding Nemo, the musical. I'd like to know what listeners think about this. The fact that all the shows in the Walt Disney World Resort are pre-recorded tracks, so it's not a live orchestra. They do about 3 or 4 shows a day, and the actors are singing along to the pre-recorded tracks. I mean, I don't know if it affects the quality of the show, or it would be interesting to see what the actual sound quality is like.
Has it occurred to you that they may be lip-syncing along?
Oh no, I hope not. That would be even worse, wouldn't it? Perhaps, well, when you go to see a London show, the majority of the ensembles on Click anyway these days, like 3/4 of Wicked, when they're doing all the chorus numbers, are all on Click, all pre-recorded. So there's no surprise there. But it would be a shame if it's all miming.
And there's actually no actors at all. It's just animatronics.
Yeah, well, that'd be great if it's all animatronics and all CGI and stuff.
Miranda did mention the Aladdin one at Disneyland. Which...
Was there even an Aladdin musical at Disneyland? I'm sure it was Tarzan.
No, it was Aladdin. And it hopefully still is Aladdin. I'd be devastated if they turned into Tarzan.
I'll let her off then.
Because, question, Alan Menken or Phil Collins?
Is there, so there's not an Aladdin musical at Disney World?
No, it's just Disneyland. They built a 2,300 seat theatre, plonked Aladdin in, directed by Francesco Zambello, who actually went on then to do Little Mermaid on Broadway.
Right.
Very, very, very good production. There's actually clips of it, of course, on the internet. Pretty lavish, lots of special effects. People fly during a whole new world. The carpet lifts off and flies over the entire theatre. Typical Disney magic.
So with this one, was there strings? Because when I went to see Mary Poppins in Manchester, there were no strings.
There were strings, and I'm sure there must be strings in this one as well, but it's all down to theatre magic.
I'm not having any of that. There was no strings, Nick, and you know it.
It's not Pinocchio.
How does that nose work?
Hold me down, to hold me... What?
If any listeners know how that blimmin' nose works in the Broadway show, can they please tell me?
Of Shrek.
Yes.
There is an answer online somewhere.
I shall find it.
Somewhere on shrekthemusical.com there is the answer.
Really? What, on the actual official website?
Yes.
Oh, scandalous. Wow, I'll definitely check that out, because I really want to know how that works.
Oh.
I'm a nerd like that, you see.
Like all magic tricks, it's not as amazing once you know how it works, believe me.
Yeah, it'll probably be a bit of an anticlimax, but oh well.
Yeah. Who knows how it works? That's what
you've been thinking of that for the last 2 minutes, haven't you?
It actually kept me awake last night.
I bet it did. Anyway, any news on your behalf, Nicholas?
No, not at all.
Wonderful. How interesting.
Sister Act should be open by the time this episode goes out.
And he's still banging on about Sister Act.
Well, so what's happening next week? Let me have a look so I can tell you.
Maybe something Thoth-like?
Yeah, you're going to get a Thoth show next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, aren't you lucky, ladies and gentlemen?
Thank you to Caroline for that email. Should we read some of them out?
I'll go for it, yeah. She has some great ideas.
Do you remember we were coming up with Thothisms for musicals? So like Sunday in a Park with Thoth and all that stuff. We actually got an email from one of our listeners called Caroline Beasley. Thank you very much for writing. And
thank you, Caroline.
Yes, let's find out what she recommended to us. I'll just read all of these because some of them we actually did come up with off air. But some of them are new, I think. Some of them I don't know to which one she's referring, so maybe you can help
Same,
me.
I thought that as well, because I thought I knew every musical in the world. And then here she is, good old Caroline, with these suggestions. I was like, oh my God, what are these?
I think she's making up some of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We've got Thossical, which is quite nice. The Sound of Thos. Sister Thos. The Little Thos. The Little Thos? What's that?
The Little Thos.
The Little Shop,
maybe?
Little Shop of Horrors, maybe. I don't know. Little Thos of Horrors, that would be mine.
Yeah.
The Lion Thos, We will Thos you, which I love.
We will toss you guys.
Thos Awakening, Legally Thos, Avenue Thos. You're a good man, Thos Brown. 25th Annual Thos County Spelling Bee. The Thos and I, the Drowsy Thos, that's a good one. Little Thos.
Oh,
Again, Little Thos, that must be Little Women, I think.
yeah.
The Secret Thos, the Secret Garden. Billy Thos or Thos Elliott, your choice. Thos Spray. Lathos. Lathos?
Or Latosca, maybe? I don't know.
Lathosca, good. Lathos Afo, which is quite nice. A little Thos music. Hello Thos. Thos in the amazing Technicolor Thos coat. Mama Thos, which I quite like.
Mama Thos.
Here we go. Here's the best one. Thos, Queen of the Desert. Thos, Thos Boulevard. Thos Live. I don't know what that one is.
Thriller Live.
Okay. The Thos of Oz. Now, I think the Wizard of Thos would be much better.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz is much better.
She says, need to stop this now. Rehearsals in the morning. Just one more non-musical one, but that I felt compelled to include. And that's Thos, 48 Psychoses.
Oh, good effort there, Caroline. If anyone else has got any more, you know what the email address is.
I don't think there are any more, to be honest with you. I think...
Oh, of course there is.
Of course there are. Thank you very much to Miranda for coming on the podcast this week. And once again, her YouTube page, which you need to check out, is www.youtube.com/MirandaSings08. And you'll hear from Thos next week. And I shall speak to you very, very soon. Thank you very much for listening, and take care. Say goodbye, Chris.
See ya.
This has been a production of Musical Talk, copyright 2009. If you have any questions or comments, please email us at feedback@musicaltalk.co.uk. Thanks for listening.
And here are some musical out-talks.
Hey guys, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next. I can just find the email.
Cut.
Have you got one?
I haven't got any. I haven't really got any more suggestions.
No, have you got the email?
Oh, right. No, I haven't.
I sent it to you.
Yeah, let me have a look.
Oh, here it is. Found it.
Okay.
Thossing. I don't know what that one is.
Sounds like an activity you do in your car on a street corner.
Thossing off.
Go carry on.
A little Thos music. My phone's ringing.
Oh, ring, ring. Sort out your ring tune, God's sake.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening, and thank you very much to Miranda Sings for coming on the website. Thank you very, very much for coming. Start that again.
Take 3.
Yeah. Thank you very much for.
Shall I do the close?
No, take 4. Thank you very, very much for coming.
Can these be on the outtakes?
Take 5.
Isn't that Jesus Christ Superstar?
No, that's called. Well, yes, it probably is, but it's also called Take 5
Oh, okay.
by Dave. You don't know anything about modern music, do you? Do?
No, Rodgers and Hammerstein, yes. Modern music, no.
Bastard.